Yesterday, we freeze-dried more breakfast egg scramble. This is one of our favorite meals to freeze-dry. It's delicious, it's full of protein, it's easy to rehydrate, and easy to travel with. This one is a mixture of eggs, cubed ham, onions, red, orange, and yellow bell peppers. We freeze-dried these eggs yesterday, and I did not put an OA in the jar since we were saving it for testing and rehydration today. We use insulated food containers to rehydrate our freeze-dried food. Keeps everything warm while you wait. You can see how crispy and freeze-dried the food really is. It will just crumble if you just gently press it in your fingers. And this is really important because depending on how you package it, it may or may not make the journey. So sometimes glass jars are better, sometimes Mylar bags are better, sometimes just a temporary storage container. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. We like to use an electric kettle to warm up our water. 160 degrees is usually plenty, especially for something like eggs. One of the tricks that we do to avoid that rubbery eggs texture when rehydrating is to use warm, not boiling water. Also, for best taste, we find that filtered or bottled water works way better than tap water. And in 2 minutes or less, we have our warmed up water. Going to pour our warm water over our breakfast egg scramble. And the good thing about freeze-dried meat or any kind of protein is that it only takes in the amount of water it needs. So if you have a little bit of extra water, you can just drain it off afterwards. I'm going to let these sit for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to give a stir partway through. I'm going to put the cover on our container, and that keeps it warm while it's rehydrating. I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes and then check it and give it a stir. It's been about 3 minutes. I'm going to give it a stir. Oh, I can feel the warm. Okay, excellent. And everything is already soft. Smells delicious. And let's just give a little check there. That's soft. That pepper is fully rehydrated. This little piece of diced ham is still just a tiny, tiny bit hard. So we'll let that sit for another couple of minutes and then give it another check. It's been another couple of minutes now. Take a look, give it a stir. Everything appears to be fully rehydrated at this point. You have to be very gentle too, because especially when you're first adding water, everything is still very dry and very delicate. And then any extra water you can just drain off. But let's take a sample while we have some here. Okay, it's very soft, very warm. Yep, good flavor. Now, of course, the texture will be a little bit different compared to fresh scrambled eggs because it did go through the freezing process. So manage your expectations there. But as far as being able to store this and travel and not have to worry about refrigeration or freezing, I think that outweighs the cons in my opinion. Pretty good. So here we have our delicious bowl of rehydrated, freeze-dried breakfast egg scramble with ham, onions, and peppers. And remember, one of the keys is to keep your diced meats and vegetables in small pieces for quicker and easier rehydration. This travels well, it rehydrates well, it's delicious, it's full of protein, and it's amazing. And now it's time to enjoy breakfast. Yum.